Hey guys, Corrie here with a scrapbook process video for you for HipKit. Today is Mixed Media Monday, and so we're just gonna jump right in with some easy but fun mixed media stuff. I'm also gonna be using punches today. I don't have a die cut machine, so I'm gonna use my punch. And so what I'm actually gonna do is this is my favorite punch. And so I'm gonna just make basically a stencil out of it to put some cool background stuff on my page. The other thing that I'm going to be using is I'm using some golden gel medium, and then I'm going to mix with that the different colors for the shakers that came in the May color kit. So that's just some of this gel medium. When it dries, if it was clear, it's almost completely transparent. But if you mix in a little of these shaker colors or whatever, it tints that color. It's really cool. So I'm just putting it on there, and I'm trying to do it kind of like in an ombre, so I keep adding a little bit more as I go down, and then just spreading it right over that edge, and you peel it up, and there you've got the cool little markings from this stencil sort of thing. That's what I'm going to call it, for lack of a better word, right there on the page. And so I get going, and I really don't want it to be red. And so as it gets a little bit darker, I do decide to go ahead and add in some blue as well. And so then I've kind of got this cool like purple look. And then at the very end, it actually gets really dark. I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. It ended up being exactly what I wanted. Even though, when you started, in the vision in my head was maybe a little bit different than this, but I actually really love the way it turned out. So I don't know about you, but like I've had a die cut machine in the past, and while it was really cool, I just didn't use it enough, so I sold it. And now, of course, it's like super awesome, and I don't have one, but I'm not going to redo it. So like, all right, now once this was all dried, I decided that I wanted to put like some more color in between, but just real lightly in between the gel medium lines. So I just tested out, I was trying to get kind of a light peach color by mixing the yellow and the red of the shakers. And so I was just testing it out. So I tried this, it didn't really work. So then I was like, you know what? All right, obviously too much yellow in that one. So then I got another one, and we started with started with the red this time, and just added in a little of that yellow. And I got exactly the color that I was looking for. So I was really happy. A little bit more. And that was just a little sheet of paper that I had that I was just testing the color on, because I didn't want to put it on my page without it being the right color. So it's kind of fun to mix colors. I am not the best at it, of just knowing like which goes with which. Like for instance, I started with yellow, and really I needed to start with the red. But it's okay. It's fun to kind of play around, so long as I don't do it right on my page all the time, so I don't mess it up. So this was great because it just added a little bit of extra to the back, and then as I wanted like a little bit darker here and there, I would just add a little bit more of the red to what was already there, and it gave me a great like kind of trio of pink, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Now I didn't have my heat gun with me, so I used a hairdryer and to help this dry up a little bit, and it worked just fantastically. So there you go. So once this was all dry, it was really time to start putting my page together. So of course, I always automatically do things where my page would be the other direction, the background would be. But because this has a surfboard in it, and it's a vertical line, I decided that it was better if I turned my page like I did the background page. So then I've got these like cute little Polaroid like things. I thought those were great. I wanted to put those on there, and on the little side photos, I initially had printed those even smaller, but she was just too tiny in the pictures, and so I made them a little bit bigger, which I think it actually looks kind of cool with the Polaroid frames, kind of, and the photos sticking out of them. So I like the way that it turned out. So I want to make sure I get my title on. So anyhow, these pictures obviously are at the beach. We like to go to the Gulf of Mexico, and there's not really a lot of waves all the time in the Gulf of Mexico. But every now and then when a storm is coming through, we get some waves, even on, you can always tell it's coming because even though it's, excuse me, beautiful skies outside, the waves are getting kind of big. So we did get an inexpensive beginner surfboard, and she likes to take it out. So this was the day that it actually came, or the day, I guess, after it came. The waves were pretty nice, and she was bound and determined to try it out. So she actually got up, and I have videos of it on my phone, and I really wish I could put a video on a scrapbook page. Like, that would make things even better, to like have maybe a QR code you could go and like scan it. I don't know if that's even possible, but that would be fantastic. So you could really get like a full memory kind of all on this. Of course, like, I didn't want to pull a photo out of the video because the quality of those aren't all that great, but I would like to be able to say, oh, and here's the video, you could go watch it, I thought that would be kind of cool. So anyhow, I'm using a lot of these chipboard embellishments. I am like gonna go ahead and hot glue them down a little bit more just so that they don't fall off my page later on. Sometimes when you're trying to use the adhesive that comes on the embellishments straight onto gel medium, or any type of medium really that gets a little bulky, they aren't necessarily going to stick long term. So it's better to just, if you want to make sure they're not going anywhere, just go ahead and add a little extra adhesive on the back. I don't think that hot glue actually is the best to do on that either, but it's quick, so that's why I'm using it today. My regular wet adhesive is actually way better to get things to stay down long term, but that's okay. We'll just go with hot glue today. So I'm adding just a few of these little phrase stickers and heart stickers here and there. And then I'm going to dig through the kits for other small little embellishments. When you've got like some crazy stuff going on the back that you've created with mixed media, to add a lot of patterned paper to me doesn't seem entirely necessary. So I'm just looking for little embellishments that kind of work with my page. And then I do remember too that we get some sequins actually with this kit, and so sequins is a great way to add just a little bit of color here and there. And they're kind of fun and sparkly in a way, and I love them. They're a great small little embellishment, and so I was glad I noticed those in all of my kit supplies. Well, guys, other than that, my page is finished. Here's a few little details. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them for me in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, you guys head over, make sure you check out Kits for the Hip Kit. And if you decide to try some sort of fun page and you want to show me, make sure you tag me in it so I can go check it out. But thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.